I feel like for a lot of us, our love for sneakers started with one sneaker, the first sneaker that you ever fell in love with. And maybe there's different reasons for that. Maybe you weren't able to obtain that sneaker as a child. Maybe it was a little bit later on in life and you got your first sneaker. And whatever that sneaker may be, maybe turn into something that, kind of like you see behind me right here. So in today's video, I'm going to show you and tell you about the first sneaker that I ever fell in love with that made me a sneakerhead. And I want to know what yours is as well. For me, psychologically, I became a sneakerhead at a very young age, before I even knew what it was or what it would kind of morph into. And there was one specific sneaker that I begged my parents to buy me for, I don't know, maybe years. And it started when I was a kid. I seen one of my friends and he had this sneaker and I just fell in love with it. Really wasn't even sure exactly what it was at the time, you know what I mean? But then, I figured out what it was, and I just begged and I pleaded and I, asked like pretty much every family member that I had to get me this sneaker. And to be honest with you, it didn't happen as a child. My family was like, my mom and dad, they were kind of broke, right? And it's for a lot of reasons why they just weren't able to afford it. And it wasn't just the sneakers too. Like, I was really into getting jerseys and stuff like that. For example, I really wanted a Mario Lemieux Penguin jersey, and I begged and I begged and I begged, and my parents just could not afford it. They just did not have the money, which at that time I didn't understand that. I seen my friends have the sneakers and they had the jerseys and things that I really, really wanted. And I just didn't understand why my family just didn't have the money in order to, buy me these things for my birthday or Christmas or even just like a random Tuesday at the mall. They just didn't have the money to do it. And I remember specifically the sneaker that I want to talk to you guys about today. I just would not let it go. I just kept asking my dad and my mom to get me this sneaker. So we were in downtown Pittsburgh one day and they had it was at a Foot Locker actually. It was on 5th Avenue, downtown Pittsburgh. And my dad would take me down there sometimes because he worked down there. And we went into a Foot Locker and they had the shoe that I wanted and they had several others in that same model. And I told my dad, I was like, this one right here, this is the exact sneaker that I want, right? And some time went by. I can't remember exactly how much time, but it was a long time. And he came home one day and he had a sneaker for me. And it wasn't the one that I wanted. So looking back on it now, I kind of feel bad because I made him return the sneaker because it just wasn't the one. And the sneaker that I wanted the most was the Carmine 6 Air Jordan. And I think, if I remember correctly, like I was really, really young, but I think he brought me like the infrared, like the black and red one. And it just wasn't the Carmine. You know what I mean? And looking back on it now, thinking about what he had to do, what he had to sacrifice in order to buy me that sneaker, and then I kind of just shunned it away. Kind of makes me feel bad now that he's passed away and stuff like that. But this one right here, once I got my own money and I started working, I went and I picked this one up. This is the 2014 version. This was the first time that I ever got the Carmine 6. And they did come out with I think it was 2020. They did retro the Carmine 6 with the Nike Air on the back, which, to be honest with you, I picked up multiple pairs of because this was the sneaker that started it all for me. This to me was everything, and it took me forever to get it, a long time, right? And this sort of turned into what you see back here today, right? I started just collecting like crazy once, I had my own money and I was able to afford it. But it all started with the Carmine 6. For whatever reason, this sneaker just looked so great to me and I just wanted it so much that, when I finally got it, it just turned into, maybe it was like a little bit of an addiction, right? Like psychologically, because I couldn't get the sneakers and the jerseys and stuff like that I wanted as a child. That, maybe I'm overcompensating a little bit now today, with all the sneakers that I've got over the years and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But it all started with this one. Definitely let me know down in the comment section what sneaker started it for you. For me it was this one, but then it turned into a whole bunch of other sneakers. You know what I mean? And I kind of feel like that's what it is. A lot of us come from more of like a, I'd say, poorer background, so we weren't able to get a lot of the things that we wanted. So then when we were able to, go out and get jobs, make money and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Maybe, we turned that into what a lot of us have here with all these sneakers that we have, you know what I mean? And my boy Crew from HSSB Crew, goes live all the time. You guys know who he is. But if not, definitely go sub up to him. He was on my live the other night and he posed a question to us. I guess somebody that, asked him this in his live, and he was like, how many sneakers is too many sneakers? And I thought about it for a second, and it really just kind of hit me because I had this idea for this video, And then when he hit me with that question, I was like, how much is too much? You know, I don't know that you can have too many sneakers, because for a lot of us, it's like a Pokemon card that people go out and, spend a whole bunch of money on, or baseball cards, or autographed memorabilia, or, whatever the case may be. For a lot of us, it's sneakers, so when I sat and thought about it, I was mainly just thinking like, maybe you can have too many red sneakers, or maybe you can have too many white sneakers, or too many black and red sneakers and stuff like that. But I don't necessarily feel like you can have too many sneakers. And I know that that's a question that's up for debate, you know what I mean? Like, maybe for the normal person, maybe more than 10 sneakers really doesn't make sense. But I do know if you only have a couple of sneakers, you're probably going to beat them up pretty quickly, And for what they're charging for sneakers like this nowadays, like, you do need to have a nice rotation, especially if you want to do different outfits and different colors and stuff like that. But, I'm interested to know and interested to see what you guys think about that. How many sneakers is too many sneakers for your personal collection? But other than that, I'd like to thank you all for stopping over here to check out yet another one of my videos. I appreciate all the love and support that you guys always show me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace. For more sneaker content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you hit that notification bell so you never miss a video.